We are hoping that through discussion on a serious topic like I'm going to about to read out, we are also able to bring you those glimpses of the way he interacted with us and how we learned the same thing, the same spiritual lesson in both those campuses. I want to acknowledge most of the brothers who are sitting here. I'm done with my talk and I'm sort of relaxed. Most of these brothers, now their hard work begins. Their act is coming up in the music program. So I really appreciate that they've, agreed to be a part of this while they are waiting to do their main stuff. So the topic for today broadly is, Bhagwan, we directly experienced your selfless love and will cherish it forever. None of us are going to lose sight of those moments. But like we discussed in the previous session, we also want to build on that. We want to act on that. And there is also growth from inside, which Swami is anyways driving for all of us. So the second part of our panel is, this is how we have sort of verbalized it. Spreading that love and light will be a priority in my life. While each of us works with their own families, careers, and Sai work, we are able to spend more or less time in Sai work directly, but nevertheless, we can keep our inner journey strong. We can keep moving on our inner journey. So that's the broad theme. And what I'll do now is just request each of the brothers to very briefly introduce themselves. I'll set it in motion by saying that I'm Ravi Mariwala, 1982 to 2005, all in Parthi. Hail from Mumbai originally. And I've been in the US now about 10 years. I live in North Carolina. So if we can go, can I request the youngest member of our team, Sai Ganesh, to start?
Sairam, everyone. I'm Sai Ganesh. I'm originally from Mumbai. And I came to the US last August. I'm from Santa Cruz in California, where I'm pursuing my PhD in economics at UC Santa Cruz. Speaking of my time at Prashanthi Nilayam, I joined the higher secondary school in 2014, and I was there in Prashanthi Nilayam until 2021, where I completed my undergrad and graduate studies as well. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Sairam. I'm Venkatesh Iyer. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. Did my bachelor's, 11th, 12th and bachelor's from Vrindavan, 1981 through 86. 86 and 88, I was in Prashanthi Nilayam doing my master's. I came to US in 1998, August, and been living in Jacksonville for the last 25 years. Sairam.
Sairam, this is Sai Shravan from Clarksburg, Maryland. I've graduated from Swami School College in 93, studied both in Vrindavan campus and Parthi campus. I've been here in this area, DC area, for about 20 plus years. Sairam.
Thank you, brother.
Sairam, I'm Suresh Sharma. I've come from Atlanta, so I joined Swami's Institute in 88, first in Vrindavan, and then moved on to complete my master's from Parthi and graduated in 93. So it's a pleasure to be here and part of this celebration. Sairam.
Thank you. Thank you. And we are purposely not dwelling too much on what we do in our professional lives, because that's a different chapter, different aspect, but we're just focusing on the Sai aspects of our lives.
Sairam, I'm Karthik. I'm originally from Bangalore and I live in Frederick here. I did my BSc Biosciences from Vrindavan in 2003 to 2005, followed by 2006 to 2008 in Puttaparthi, MSc Biosciences. I've been in the States for 15 years now.
Sairam, my name is Amit Ahuja. I had the incredible opportunity to be in Prashanthi Nilayam from 2000 to 2003, where I did my graduate studies. Moved to the US about 18 years back and been in this DC area for about 12 years now.
Sairam, I'm Kumar. I studied in Swami's College from 1984 and graduated with a PhD in 1992. I've been here in Maryland for the last 25 plus years, and I belong to Bethesda Center. Sairam.
Thank you, brothers. So, in what we are planning to do now, that you know most of us, and some of us are from your center, some of us have come from outside. We want to bring to you, in a very quick succession, just a snippet or a snapshot of what we feel is one of the most important or useful or valuable experiences that we had as a student. As you saw, right, each of us have had number of interactions with Swami, and there are many things we could share. I'm sure these brothers are sharing that in their own talks. But I'm requesting each of us in quick succession, 30 to 45 seconds each, tell us about a key highlight of one of your experiences. And then the plan is, out of all of us, we'll choose 2 or 3 to dive deeper into, and then we'll keep building up from there. So we'll go in order if you're ready, Sai Ganesh. Okay, we'll start with Kumar, sure.
Sairam, one of the greatest things I've learned because I studied in Swami's school is the main aspect of Swami's influence on all of us is we have to play a role in what we do. There's nothing like we are supreme managers or vice president or anything. If there is a role which we need to play, we have to play only that much. We should never exceed. And that is a lesson which Bhagwan has taught us many times. And if we exceed, Bhagwan would just cut you down and then say, hey, can you talk now? That is a most important lesson I feel I've learned from Bhagwan, that we just need to play only the role and we should not exceed, and we should be conscious whether we are wasting somebody else's time. That's it.
Fantastic. And that was quick but so valuable. So we will, as we move along, we'll identify 1 or 2 of these to dive deeper into, like I said. But that was amazing. We have to sort of be confined to the role he has given us, right? This is a very special place in his mission, but it's in his mission. It's not our mission. So playing that role and being true to that, that's a fantastic point. Please, brother.
We say Swami's life was his message. Something that we experience, especially when we are in Parthi, every single day, we take for granted, but it is so hard. He came out for darshans every day, 2 times a day. I think he declared his avatarhood in 1940. Prashanti Nilayam, the mandir, was built in 1950. And ever since, every single day after that, he came out to give darshan. That was nothing else but his love for his devotees. And also setting an example of the role that he was playing. There was no day of, I'm feeling sad, I am not in the mood, I am unwell. None of that mattered. He was out giving darshans, taking rounds twice a day, every single day. No holidays. Even on holidays when he went to Kodaikanal, he was doing the same. I think that is, when I look back, that is the best example we can see of dedication to what they thought was, their duty. As avatar, he wants to give love to his devotees. It's incredible.
Awesome. And I know I'm supposed to be playing, like Kumar said, role confined to facilitator, but I can't help just telling you one thing. Brother Satyajit has spoken about it. Swami's room in Purnachandra, at 2:30 a.m., the Sevadal would start mopping the Kulwant hall. So those of you who know the geography, right? The Purnachandra auditorium where Swami lived, that room just overlooks the Kulwant hall. And for years, they did not know that from 2:30 a.m. they would start cleaning Kulwant hall, but it could be heard in Swami's room. Swami would then had to get ready because that was like a call, right? My devotees are getting ready to have my darshan and I have to get ready to go. Just couldn't help sharing that. Thanks for that, Brother Amit.
So one of the biggest lessons that Swami has taught me and my whole of my batch during bachelor's was a true prayer, a sincere prayer will always be answered by Bhagwan. One small snippet is that in 2004, Swami was not doing well physically, and we didn't get too many darshans when we were in Vrindavan when Swami was spending the summer there, and then it was time for him to go back to Parthi, and then we were all singing very sadly, singing Avo bhajans that evening, and we immediately heard that Swami reached almost Devanahalli, and then he returned all the way back to Vrindavan and spent 2 more weeks with all the boys in Vrindavan. And so that was like first time I saw where true prayers really, work with Swami and he.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I liked you, I don't know whether they all caught it, but he quickly said, Aao bhajans. So, where you are talking to Swami and saying, please come, please come. Brother Suresh.
Sairam. So I think, building on these, beautiful conversations, who can really, define or, comprehend his glory. But as a student, I think after finishing, and this incident, sometimes it's a person sitting in the corner room, like of the interview room, where, this made such a big impact on me. That's why I wanted to share this. So I think we were, as music, we were putting together a program for the birthday. And Swami, I think in the middle of, after his darshan, gave a word that everybody needs to be there. I need to, he wanted to tell or speak with everyone. And one of the brothers was, I think he was working in the admin building. So it took him a while to come. And so, as a college student, I'm sitting there thinking in my head, various thoughts. How is Swami going to react? And I was like, man, this guy is probably in, how he's going to, and all that thing is going on. And the brother walks in and he's actually, huffing because, And even before anybody could notice, and I could see Swami was already there with a glass of water. It just touched me so much. My picture of Swami, he's Brahmanda Nayaka, right? All the power, what he cannot do. But that lesson was so great. For me, it made such a big impact that's you have to understand the other person, how and later on I found out that that brother actually has asthma. I didn't know that at that point. So it really touched my heart at that point. So I think that's what Swami teaches us to be sensitive to and how he reacted to that situation. I think it made a great impact in my heart.
Beautiful, beautiful. And as you're seeing, each of us have like different aspects of Swami that are being brought up. That was incredibly touching. Brother Shravan.
Sairam. So one of the most important thing, at least I picked up in the very beginning, was to communicate to Swami. So this experience, in the hostel, there is some commitment that on the hostel we need to pay a fees every month, about 200 rupees or so, to take care of the expenses there. And I was having a tough job to depend on my parents on a monthly basis. It used to go for 2 months, 3 months behind the schedule. I was going through a lot, but never occurred to me that I had to tell to Swami. I did not even pray. One evening, this happened in Vrindavan, where he came and told, "Enduku cheppaledu naku?" Well, why did you not tell? Pray cheyi. Nene istanu. So that is when he started, gave me that lesson that I had to communicate to him. It doesn't matter a letter, but just photo mundu cheppina chalu naku, he said. That was a big lesson. He made it so simple that I don't need to do anything ritualistic every day. Yeah, what he said was in Telugu, photo mundu koda adagochu nanu. Meaning, in front of a picture also you can ask me. He made that so simple. And that's when I started communicating to him every day. Pain, pleasure, I put it at the altar. Sairam.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And though you had access to Swami, but he's probably pointing to other points of time like we are at now, right? Where whoever it is, however much proximity we had at that point of time, today we have to only talk to him within or to a picture.
Became very light for me even today.
But
I have no
coming from
baggage.
Swami, what he was telling us is that I am listening. Brother Venkatesh, I know you have a lot, and I just want to
No.
add some color to Brother Venkatesh. Whatever you all know him as, right? Singer, harmonium player. I also know him as a cricketer, and very prolific cricketer. So I hope at some point he brings out a little bit of that.
Yeah, so I joined in 81. So I'll keep this very brief. I know that. When I joined, I was from Bombay, very rowdy kind of a guy, no discipline, nothing. So it took me some time to really understand Swami. So my journey, 7 years of my existence over there, close to Swami, 5 years in Vrindavan, taught me two important things with real proof that Swami's omnipresence and his omniscience, that he knows everything about everybody, and there's no secret. You cannot hide anything from him. So you go in front of him. I have gone in front of him with many things I have done I'm not supposed to do as a student. And then I see immediate reaction in Swami. So that means, and there are many other incidents that I have seen, I have myself faced, and see other brothers also going through that experience where whatever you do, whatever you think, whatever you feel, not only regarding yourself, but also your family, your family's family, family's friends, everything is known to him ahead of time. So you cannot play games with Swami. So that's one thing that I have learned the hard way. So, and I keep trying to remind myself even now, whatever I do, that he is witnessing what I'm doing now. So I'm not a perfect guy, but that the thing is always in my mind that whatever step I do, whatever words I speak, whatever things I do in life, that he's looking at me every second. So he knows what you're doing. So that lesson I have learned a lot in that 7 years of my stay over there. More so after I came out. So because when we stay there in front of Swami, we take things for granted. We don't know the importance of our stay because we are young adults at that time. When we come out of Swami's fold is when we realized what all we have learned. The learning comes much after we leave that place. So that's what I want to share. Thank you. Yeah.
So Brother Sai Ganesh is the only one who has a notebook with him. But I can see that you're all ready, set to go.
So one thing that I have learned during the 7 years that I was in Prashanti Nilayam is to be grateful for all the opportunities that you get. Now, the schedule in Parthi is such that along with our regular academics, right from Monday to Saturday, we have a lot of opportunities for music, you have a lot of opportunities for dramatics, for public speaking. So all of these are beautifully integrated into the schedule. But then once you fast forward, after you have graduated, even for a music program, it becomes very difficult to find that time and to actually practice. But then practice and deliver. But when we were all students, I mean, whether it's 5 programs or 8 or 10 programs every year, we used to effortlessly put it in front of Swami. So I feel whatever limited opportunities come by, it's important to be grateful for them.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we got through round 1, which is just sort of quick snippets / highlights, right? Brother Kumar spoke about us being careful about our role. Amit took it to a different level about Swami playing the role in a perfect manner. And then, though there was no need, what would have happened if Swami missed a couple of darshans? Nobody could have said, hey, that's the benchmark, you have to do this, Swami. No. He set the benchmark and he followed it. Brother Karthik spoke to us about how Swami was, in some terms, right, called Bhava Priya. He will respond to your prayers and you can actually bring the physical Swami back through your devotion and emotion. Brother Suresh took us to talk about the sensitivity Swami had, how that asthma student, he gave him the glass of water. I think Brother Shravan told us about, remind me, communicator. Yeah. communicating even with the picture. And then I'm disappointed that Venkatesh didn't say anything about cricket, but I'm still going to try to nudge that. But then Venkatesh told us about this thing, right? And both of us are from Mumbai. Swami is very tough about his standards. So I could relate to what he was saying. One thing I just add is, see, just for all of us, right? It's something very strange when you went in front of Swami. Not necessary that he would look at you. Master at avoiding the gaze. And if he did look at you, that instant, it's not that you knew that, it's not that Swami knew about you through that look. You knew that Swami knows everything about you. That look, that locking of the look was sort of proof to you. And this is a marvelous thing. We don't have it anymore. But at least we can tell you that this is our first-hand experience. All of us and more have seen how Swami knew everything that had transpired with us. And that made it difficult also to go in front of him, right? But we made brave, and somehow we sailed through those years. And then Brother Sai Ganesh told us, he didn't refer to the notebook. I was hoping that there'll be some things coming out of that. But it was great that he spoke about time management, which I think is something that the young adults can relate to. So let me ask the group, which of you want to expand on this highlight that you shared? Who would volunteer to expand on this? And if you have a story, an anecdote, beyond the highlight that you shared, would you like to go? Anybody can pitch.
I can share quickly one of the, as Brother Venkat mentioned about Swami, and Mari said about, Swami, of course, he was, he is still there. He listens and he knows everything. So one of the, and it's also would highlight how Swami could teach. It didn't matter to him whether we were in the dining hall. So this was one of the Kodai sessions. And because I used to sing bhajan, I used to be, although the thought was that I should sing, I have to keep my voice good for Swami. It was no selfish kind of thing there. So what I would do is, and see how Swami teaches you from that little examples, I would, so that's what, so in the dining hall, what I would do when somebody would serve me, I could never say no. So if somebody gave me pickle, in my head I'm thinking this will spoil my throat. So I would say, yeah, please give me. And I would take that little, quietly discard it. One of the day he caught me and he was like, hey boy, why do you waste that pickle? Do not waste food, right? He said, and then the lesson came immediately after that. He said, if you don't like it, say, I don't want it. I mean, say, so that was, I think, the kind of personality I was, I think it helped me a lot even later in my life. So it was a great lesson for me. It taught me not to waste and just not to say yes to, just to please. You have to be, firm. So I think it was a big lesson, although that pickle I thought was nothing, right? You could quietly and nobody's noticing, but there he was. And he didn't catch me while throwing. When I was eating, he told me, why do you throw that pickle every day? So it was, and of course, many other where you knew that somebody from inside of you saw what you did. That was my, very humble experience, I think. Sir.
As I listened to that, I mean, your point of view and learning about waste is one thing. And I could see how Kumar reacted when he spoke about, is my voice going to be okay for this evening? See, you have to understand what we call bhumika, right? Or the background and context of Puttaparthi. There were a handful of great singers. Brother S. Kumar, Suresh, these are the people, these are jewels. They had to sing every day. It was just a 30-minute bhajan. But Brother Sonam, V. Kumar, S. Kumar, these were, and why Swami, of course, enjoyed. In fact, I remember once, I was inside the interview room and Kumar was singing outside and Swami said, oh, Kumar, na? And we couldn't figure out, like, we are not tuned to so many things. And then it struck us, oh, Swami is talking that Kumar is singing and bhajan is going on. But these, see, Swami nourished these individuals. And naturally, they felt that responsibility that I have to always be fit to sing well in front of them. Who else would like to? Okay, both of you, one after the other.
I'll finish it quick. I have a story, I was roommate of Ravi Mariwala in my very first year. But Ravi Mariwala is junior to me, but in the hostel, he is senior to me because he has joined the hostel, I think 2-3 years before me. So hostel life point of view, he's, senior to me. And in my first year, I was 2 cupboards away from Ravi Mariwala. So I used to go for darshan. And Swami used to talk to me every day. Every day he'll go by darshan line and he'll talk to me something. But you know what? In my mind, I was thinking, I thought Swami was talking to everybody. When times are good, we always think everybody is having great time. But there was a time when I went for vacation and came back. And Swami said, too much talking. You went around, met all your friends, Pata Rota friends, means all the old spoiled friends. Once I came back to Bhajan Hall, he said, too much talking, too much talking. Is this what I'm teaching you? And after that, he stopped and withdrew talking to me. That was when bad times hit, that is when we will know what amount of good time we had. So until then, I never knew because I used to behave like, like very, I was like lost in my own thought kind of a thing. But then only I realized, there are times when Swami does not talk to you. He doesn't waste time if you don't value his words. So that is why it is very important to know good time and bad time. And during bad time, if we can keep praying to him, it's such a great time actually. It's a learning time. So bad times are also a learning time. So let us all be sensitive to others' bad time, others' good time, and then also pray for others too. That's when Neil came and told me, Kumar, don't worry. I know that is when nobody would talk to you, And then I will sit in the dining hall and realize, I'm now silent. Now I'm listening to everybody else's talking. So when you keep talking, we don't listen to others. So that is where communication is not only talking, it's also listening. So that's why good times and bad times keep alternating. And that is what I learned. Okay, it is very important to be sensitive to whenever Swami is talking, just don't, Swami, talk to me. We should not be boasting. It's a great opportunity. We have to think through what Swami is teaching us. That was when I learned in that first year, when Swami put you through that trouble, Neil came and told me, every one of us go through this, Kumar. Don't worry. Swami will start talking to you. That one word from Neil was really an eye-opener for me in my life. Thank you.
So beautiful. So many
Neil was
lessons.
my classmate who used to be playing harmonium too. Yeah, that's all.
Neil was another great individual, and thanks for sharing that, Kumar. I think you all, the lessons there are self-evident. And Swami had these 2 tools at his disposal, right? Only 2 tools. He would give his attention and then he would withdraw it if you were not doing what he wanted. But imagine, he ran his whole mission with these 2 tools. Giving attention and withdrawing attention to pull you back, to bring you back on course. So great, we've had 2. I know, Amit, you also had an expansion you wanted to offer.
Yeah, so it's, I think I'll expand on what you just said. Swami's 2 tools, giving attention and withdrawing them, slightly different aspect. I think I feel really very fortunate. I was born into a Sai family, went to Bal Vikas all my childhood. But Swami was always that God in a picture. And then things happened and somehow I reached, and I did engineering. I worked for 3 years, and then I quit my job and I joined MBA there. And from the very first darshan, I remember it was May. The Swami, after many years, was doing summer course in Vrindavan. So my very first morning darshan in Vrindavan, Swami came and spoke to me. And it was like he's always known me. I've always known him. It was so casual, and he made it like that. Like he said, one look, and you know that he knows, right? There's nothing else. You know he knows. That's it. And for a full year, he showered so much love and attention, and then we start taking it for granted, and we don't realize what we are getting. And then the next summer, suddenly, and I do not know what happened, vanished, stopped. And there are these stages of grief, disbelief, and you go through those 5 stages. We went through that, and it elongated. It was my second year. My MBA was to close in a year, and it elongated for such a long time. It was now March. And in Parthi, in those days, 31st March was the last day of exams for every single, class in college. And we were already near February end, and I had started to literally hyperventilate. Like, this can't be. Swami gave so much love and attention for a year. Now it's almost a year, and he hasn't spoken, and then I'll be out of college. After MBA, done. What will I do? This can't be. And I just could not accept that fact. And then word came, I think somewhere in early March, that he's going to Vrindavan. And Swami used to go to Vrindavan in March, and then he would come back only in June when the colleges opened. That made me feel even worse. Like, I just could not, and I was praying intensely. I've been praying intensely for a long time, but now it was getting to a phase where literally, my level of anxiety was really very high. And then the last day came. At the last day before he was to leave, he would give class photos to every class. And I thought, Swami, you have to give some indication, some way. You can't just walk away like that. That's not happening. I don't know. I could not say it not happening, but that's how I felt. You can't do that. So our class MBA's turn came. My colleague, I think my friends were much quicker than me. They jumped to, be near Swami. So I think I was to his left, one away. There was someone else between me and Swami. And I was just praying so intensely, please look at me. But, like he said, he's a master of avoidance. In that time, he did not look at me even once. I mean, if I'm sitting here, his gaze will come like this, avoid you, and so go like that. It's like, effortlessly. People won't even realize, but it was so effortless. He will not lock eyes with you. And that day also he did not look. And, people run towards Swami, get a photo clicked, run out. It's all over in like 10 seconds. And my classmates had started to run back to sit. And I was little slow because I was just so sad. I can't tell you how sad I was. This was my last chance, I thought. And then MBA is over. And just as I was getting up, I was on my knees. I could not move because a hand had held my right arm. He did not look at me, but he held my arm. And he did not let me move. So the next was MSc Physics. They came, and that day I got 2 photos. One with MBA, one with MSc Physics. And it was only when that photo was over, he left my arm. He still did not look at me. But that was the best way to get a reassurance that he is holding us. I think that is the anchor that carries us in our lives, carries me in my life. Rain, shine, whatever. So his tools, and he uses his tools marvelously.
Sairam, it's heartwarming. And to go back to Brother Kumar's thing before I add, you all have heard this from every speaker, right? Like Kumar said, when Swami stops talking to you, in the mandir, nobody wants to sit near you. And it's natural, right? In a sense, because they know that this is something going on between you and Swami. And if they sort of are in your vicinity, it's likely that they can't give a letter or ask a question or say, Swami, my parents are leaving tomorrow, right? And everything is time bound. So this is a beautiful thing. Sometimes it's lost in so much incident telling, but that also extended to the hostel. Kumar said that, right? Even you, by association, you are also sort of becoming negative. So these are just for your highlight for you these nuances as they call. Then coming to Brother Amit's beautiful incident, I think we all have to recollect the pain that we went through. Individual has uh, ignored by Swami. Right? It's only a question of how much time and how frequently, in my case, very, very frequent ignorance happened. And then the other point I want to make that when Swami started to speak to Amit, and I know I'm speaking on his behalf, but I'm just highlighting this, it struck me. See, when he started to speak to him, he was a stranger to Swami. But he started to talk with him as if he's known him for years. And then after 1 year of befriending him, talking with him, he actually turned him into a stranger. Now, these are the different ways in which Sadgurus operate, right? They are not ordinary people doing it in a traditional, expected manner. So I just wanted you also to pick up on these nuances. Brother Venkatesh, would you like to share anything?
Yeah, just a lot of things. So just want to just pick up one that directly applied to me. I'm witness to many things happening around me, like everybody here. Right. So the personal experience I can share many, but one point I would like to mention. So this was, I think, after Trai Vrindavan was 1985. It was done. Swami didn't come to Vrindavan for almost 1 year. He was not happy with the boys. Things were happening, and we were in the process of correcting ourselves. So after Trai was constructed, after 1 year he came, and then there was one song that we welcomed him. I will sing that song today. But what really happened was those days. You caught me. Yeah, I'll come back because my mind is not there at this point. So yeah, no, that's okay. So all the seniors left Brindavan to Puttaparthi, Sonam, Hirok, Kote, all the seniors, because I was part of that music group in my own small way. Swami allowed me to sing. But when they went out of Brindavan to Puttaparthi, there were no singers in Brindavan. So there were days where in Trai I used to sing 2, 3, sometimes 4 songs, like one after another, unprepared, whatever. But we get so many chances because there were only 3 singers. Everybody had left. So suddenly one day, Swami used to talk to me, but he did not allow me to sing, and that happened for almost 2 weeks. Like, how in Brindavan, Puttaparthi is prepared. You prepare and go and sing. In Brindavan, Swami will tell you, you have to sing, like that. So he stopped telling me that you're not singing. Means he didn't look at me. He used to talk to me, no problem. Unlike, Kumar's experience. But he didn't allow me to sing. And everybody was singing around me except me. And remember, I used to sing 3 songs, 4 bhajans in front of him a few days back. I mean, suddenly it stopped. And I was like, I didn't know why it happened. I came to know the reason later, but at that point I was shaken a bit as to why this is happening to me. So there was a deer cage in front of Trai. I don't know whether it exists today, where Swami used to go in and feed the deers. So I had an opportunity of taking the bowl that had those fruits in it. So I just went inside because I had to break the ice as to know, I need to know what really happened. That Swami is talking to me but not asking me to sing. Not that I am a great singer. I'm just saying because I'm used to singing. Then he asked suddenly. That's a big blow to me. But then Swami, inside the cage. Sorry, I'm taking a couple of more minutes here. I'm just telling you his omnipresence. How he's reading my thoughts. So I am holding the tray and I am looking at Swami. Swami is not looking at me. Swami, I want to sing in front of you. Please give me an opportunity. Because after that, we all rushing inside for singing. I know that I'm not going to sing. Right? So, but then Swami said, he didn't say anything at that point. But that evening, again, he didn't ask me to sing. The next day was a weekend. In the line, Swami pulled me over and he said, you are thinking whether after BSc, whether you want to come to Puttaparthi or not. See, I had decided to leave Swami's ashram after my BSc. I didn't want to continue for whatever reason, my parents and all that. But anyway, so I did not have thought. My thought was already constantly on me saying that I am leaving Swami's presence after bachelor's degree and going back home. Puttaparthi was never in my mind because once in Vrindavan, I thought the proximity to Swami will go away. So I thought Puttaparthi, those days Vrindavanites were giving so many chances. So that thing was on my mind. I was saying, that's it. After Vrindavan, I'm going back. Swami didn't like that. Okay. Then he told me that evening in Trai, I want you to come and study in Puttaparthi your masters. And from that point forward, he made me sing. Okay. I will just go to the other side. I was talking to Ravi Mariwala about this. I went to Prashanthi Nilayam. Many things happened in between that. And in Prashanthi Nilayam, I saw all the lead singers here like Kumar and Kote. So I took a back seat. I did not know that I really had the permission to sing. I was sitting in the sands. And I think you're all witness to what happened, right? 1986, I went to Prashant Nilayam. I didn't sing at all, right? 1987, I was pulled up in front of the entire hostel crowd saying that Venkatesh Iyer was supposed singing in Vrindavan, now he doesn't sing. Swami is even thinking about me at that time that, he's always, what I'm trying to say here is, once he hatches on to you, he's not going to let you go. He made me sure that I come to Prashanthi Nilayam. He made me sure that I also sing in Prashanthi Nilayam. So that makes me feel that, even you drive away Swami from you, he's not going to let you go. That's my personal experience. Even in US, I've gone through a lot of things, a lot of layoffs, nothing. But you see, at every point, exact point in time something happens, I'm always having my best life here. So I don't deserve it, but it's all because of Swami. Thank you.
Again, so many nuances there. Right? He wanted to sing, then he didn't want to sing in Parthi, but Swami then wanted him. And I think we often do that, right? Comparing with, like, I was not the top speaker in Parthi. I have to be the top speaker, right? There were such great speakers that I would always think that, why is Swami asking me to speak? Do I even need to do this? So I think beautiful thing happening so far. We have to move on to the second round, which is a little bit more serious round as to what is it that we all, of taking forward, right? Prioritizing Swami. Of course, each of us are trying to do something for Swami in our own way. But I want to give everybody the opportunity just to quickly state what is it that they feel is right for this moment of time in their own personal life, to the extent they can share it, right? Is there something you are trying to do prompted by Swami or prompted by your own inner voice, which is something you are taking up that will make you closer to Swami or please him, knowing what pleases him? We'll do a rapid fire round. If you can all just stay within 10-20 seconds, just say it in a few words, and then we'll come back to one or two of you for a deeper dive. Okay, yeah.
Thank you. Sairam, so one thing that I have taken up is uh, as much as possible, whenever it's possible, just try to attend center activities. And this is what I have taken as a personal sadhana, that try to contribute musically as much as possible, irrespective of the magnitude. So whether it's singing bhajans or whether it's playing the harmonium, playing keyboard, or any instrument. But so the reason I've taken this up is there is no center in from where I'm from in the US. So yes, I need to travel 60 to 70 miles if I want to visit any center. But irrespective of the effort, and later if I get the opportunity, I can delve deeper into it. But try to attend or be available as much as possible.
Yeah, same here. I try to do my bit as whatever I learned at his lotus feet. I try to convey that to my folks out there. I try to lead the life that he has told us how to lead to the best of my ability. I'm not a perfect man, so with my fallacies, I try to do the best. And I also take part in center bhajan practice sessions. I kind of make sure that we generate or we create better singers, because you know how important singing is to Swami. So definitely, I do all that sadhanas. Yeah. Thank you.
Also travel.
I'm not a good speaker, but if somebody calls me to share my experiences, I do go. Yeah.
Sure. So from my standpoint, I think I just dovetailing with what the brothers have said. I also love to share whatever Swami has given me in terms of knowledge, and be it in our center, at work, or professionally through my blog. There's a lot of college students who get hooked to my blog, and I guide them, and that's sometimes helps me to communicate with them and share the knowledge whatever I have. And both I'm like very happy that Swami gave the opportunity to guide our own institute PhD students in subjects that very cutting edge technology, and I'm very happy that I could be hand in glove with the current mathematics department or whatever it is. In that way, feel that it's an opportunity to share, and also I just share what I'm practicing.
Helping others who are
Exactly, the college students or at work, there's a lot of, and this sometimes I turn that into Swami's values. That is professionally, organizations where I had an opportunity to, be in a group where we are defining some guardrails for a system, where I turned it around and infused with Swami's values.
Yes, no. So similar to like what other brothers said, find whatever opportunity I get, I try to, contribute service, or say in the form of singing bhajans or teaching. Uh, I've also gotten a couple of opportunities to mentor some of the students at Bharti, their PhD thesis, or whichever way that mentorship can be provided. And but I think more important, I think which I've started in the couple of years, is my own two kids. I think that I need to somehow transfer and give them that, and so that circle can be expanded, right? So when they meet their friends, how can we spread Swami's message? So that's what I would like to contribute. Thank you.
relevant. I think, there's a story that you count all the people in the circle, but you don't count yourself, right? And that's also the question. We all have to, if we don't have harmonious homes, how can we contribute? Thanks for bringing up.
Yeah, the most important values that I picked up from my time in Puttaparthi and with Swami are the ones that I'm trying to share. The three values being gratitude, empathy towards others, and also love and respect towards others, and try to be nice to others. Because Swami says, even if it నిష్ఠూరమైనప్పుడు నిజమైన చెప్పకూడదు. Like, if it's harsh, it's okay sometimes not to tell the absolute truth also. So I'm trying to start from my own family. I'm trying to teach that to my daughter, my wife, immediate family first, and then I try to talk about empathy that Swami taught us to all the people around me. I think that is very important in the world right now.
Ram. Uh, I firmly believe I'm a very unfinished product. So, while, yeah, we make our small contributions to give back to the society in various forms, I have been trying to work on myself. I think that's the hardest thing to do. Even to acknowledge and identify what needs to be worked on, I think is a process, and what may feel is a small, just small thing needs to be done, but it's not easy at all. So I think I'm in that process, and I pray to Swami for help every day, multiple times a day, and that's my journey with him, and that's I think that's how I take it.
Self-transformation. I'll just add, my better half helps me a lot in.
I think, yeah, the story is not very different here. So.
Sairam, we all are blessed with one skill. All of us are blessed with one major skill. We always seem to be going around that only. Without inventing, there are so many other skills which we can learn. And there are certain other skills which can come to us very easily also. But that is what I think I've done too much of singing. Now I'm taking a step back. Since the time my father passed, he said, chant Rudram every day. It'll save your life. And Swami was also started saying towards 2005 onwards, right? And my father chanted Rudram in the stroke bed. He had a stroke, one side was not working. He chanted Rudram in 1997 while he was having the first day stroke. And he got back his limbs and he lived for 20 years after that. He said, when he narrated that to me, he said, Rudram in your mind has got so much sound. Sound is mantra. So that is where he told me, you should chant Vedam. I know you're singing a lot. The singers and Vedam chanting, they don't meet each other most of the time because it goes on in parallel, right? So I have because my father told me it's very important I want to perfect my other skills a little bit and, rest a little bit of music is good. But, we have to learn certain other things also in all our lives, That is my personal goal. Yeah.
I don't know why you're not counting the fact that you are a mathematician. Okay, so we are going to just now have a quick round, which is we are calling it a rapid fire sort of thing. We're going to try to embarrass each of the participants with our center. In a panel, they asked us, all the Sai students were asked, what do you do with the vibhuti that they put in your palm, and nobody could say that we dust it off after put it on our forehead. Right? So put some of the people on the spot. And I'll tell you one of the very bad things I did. Sudarayar, me and others were in the room, and Swami just extended his feet like this and beyond the cushion. And Swami's feet were touching my white pant. And for a long time, it was like that. And then when I got up, I came out and then I just dusted it off like that. and it is such an unthinking gesture, right? I had already forgotten that this is the dust of the person I worship and who millions worship. And that dust, people used to take sand from Prashanti Nilayam and carry it home. So these are some of the fallacies, flaws, if you may. So now I put myself on the spot. I'm going to put the other brothers on the spot. So when a bhajan singer, and you have to just say yes or no, okay, sings out of pitch, do you crane your neck to see who is that who's singing out of shit?
Yes, because I'm usually in the middle of all of the singers. So yes, I do look.
So you can only say yes always or no never. That's all.
Yes, frequently.
Okay.
Used to, but not anymore.
Okay. Okay. That's another answer.
No,
Ever?
because I am myself lost.
Okay, good one.
Occasionally, not every time.
Occasionally.
Yes, but I don't turn and look.
So how do you know then? Are you satisfied?
I can hear and I know some things, but I don't turn and look so that.
So I think one part of me is telling me not to do it. I do it very often.
I just say to myself, close myself, oh my God, Sai Ram.
Obviously, for Kumar, that's a big thing. Okay.
Swami is truly patient. I'm telling you, even otherwise, which other person could have heard so many different voices for so many years, every day, morning and evening? Swami is the most patient person we can ever find.
So this is a little bit more serious one. It's Swami's 100th birthday, and I think yesterday Sister Lata she spoke about it. So what is your bhakti type? You have to answer honestly. There is the Marjala and Markata, right? The kitten doesn't have to make any effort. The kitten wants to be with the mother, but she is in the kitten allows the mother to carry her, right? So she's secure. She's bound with the mother. The monkey, on the other hand, the baby monkey has to cling to the mother monkey. Otherwise, he or she'll get left out. So these are two famous forms of bhakti. We cling to the master, or we totally depend on the master. So you will, but there's a lot of faith required in the second one, right? You believe that Swami will look after you, come what may. So you have to say whether, it's not whether you are a monkey, but you have to say monkey or kitten.
What's the second one you said?
The monkey has to cling,
Right.
the kitten is carried.
Okay. So what's the analogy here? So
So
I
you
completely,
depend on Swami
Yeah, I
or-
depend on Swami. Yeah,
So you're
I'm a what? Then?
kitten.
Kitten. Okay. Yeah.
So monkey, kitten. Let's see how it builds up.
The lunch was heavy, I think.
Monkey,
Two monkeys.
monkeys.
So initial part of my life, I was monkey. When, life really hits you hard, then, that's how I became a kitten, I would say.
Yeah, I echo Suresh brother's words. As I grow older, I'm realizing I'm more kitten than.
Pretty lazy, so I the kitten. He can carry me, and he does. So.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, actually, when times are good, I am a kitten. When times are bad, I'm a monkey.
So it's reverse. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, again, a little bit serious one. Name one senior devotee who you were very inspired by and who, sort of influenced you when you were in Pati, Vrindavan, or later. I was always inspired by Professor Kasturi, Professor Ananda, and others. And I keep telling people in our center, when you go to Parthi, go meet them. And they tell me, but how? They're not going to go and talk with me. So I said, try to meet a Sai student who will take you to them. Like I went to Bhagya sir's house this time. And his Vibhuti coming on his photo. And it was such a joy, right? He taught us way back in the 90s, but such a joy. So that's something I wanted to highlight here by this question. And if those people are still around and healthy, maybe your next trip, you can try to visit them.
Mr. Raja Reddy Garu, I've heard him from my childhood. The singer who sang many, many bhajans at the Lotus Feet. He's my role model because as a child, very first time I went, I've heard him. And the last day, when he was about to be told by Swami not to sing anymore, I was sitting right next to him in the bhajan hall. And how beautifully he took. He was about to sing the Ganesh bhajan. Swami came and told Sai Surendranath to remove the mic from him. And the mic was removed, and he was in the same state of, what is that, equanimity. There is a Sanskrit word for it.
Samatvam.
Samatvam. You should have seen him that day. He was exactly the same meditative Raja Reddy Garu who was not allowed to sing in front of all the students. As a child, I've heard him. And that's really a true devotee.
Such a kind is something I had never heard of, but I can imagine. And again, like I said in the morning, right? Don't worry about Brad Pitt jumping off the helicopter. Try to figure out how he became Brad Pitt. And that is what this is. Raja Reddy was Swami's attendant for so many years. You should read his radio sai. There are 9 videos, and he shows you who Swami is, plus his own struggles. And he knew Swami so well, but nevertheless, as a householder, as a great devotee, and that is how Swami was with everybody. There was no big and small for Swami. So that's something really giving me a lot of pause and lots to think about.
When he's sitting right next to you, you feel
In awe. Yeah. I remember in Purchanda, he would come late at night and give a lecture, and be so humble.
I was really inspired by Bhagya sir. You spoke. I was interacting him pretty closely. Knew some things that were going on in his life. But he would share his life story very vividly. He was at the retreat last year, and he was good. But he never once went to Swami and said, Swami, this is happening, that is happening, save me, nothing. In fact, Swami would come to him and say, hey, this happened, okay, I'll take care. But he would never go. So I thought that was really, really amazing. That was his faith in Swami. It will be taken care. I don't have to go to him.
The first person that comes to mind like that would be Shekhar sir. He was the assistant librarian in Vrindavan when I was there. He never got any chances like all the other teachers there did, but I've never seen him not smiling, and he was always happy. He was an assistant librarian.
Yeah, I would say Registrar Sir Dr. Lakshmi Narasimham. He taught us in biosciences and was an amazing teacher. His entire devotion to Swami. I think many aspects, how he taught, the calmness, the delivery, the inspiration which he brought. I think somehow it was the initial days in Vrindavan that he taught us. I think were very inspiring. So one of them, though there were many, over the course, even when I was a Bal Vikas student, many of the Bal Vikas teachers who inspired, left those when I was young, many, memories, and they put me on that path, I think, which helped me a lot. So.
Sure. One of the many, my teacher Ruchir Desai, who has really inspired me a lot, and he told me how to actually conduct in presence of Swami, how to get excited, and those are some things. But the other side, there are certain skills that he taught. They're extremely helpful now today, and that way he has inspired both. Many ways he has inspired. Saira.
Unfortunately, Brother Ruchir is no more, but he was a great inspiration to thousands of students and all of us.
He was my classmate as well, Ruchir Desai.
Ruchir was my roommate, by the way, in Vrindavan. So I have two individuals I can never forget. One is Dr. Lakshmi Narasimhan and Dr. Sudarshan, sorry, who was my physics. They both interviewed me first time in my 11th grade, gave me admission. So thankful to them, right? I'm in Swamis. But these two, those humble souls, they are with me all the time. They are my role models, the way they live their life. I try to kind of imitate them as much as possible. Yeah.
Dr. Lakshmi Narasimhan and their whole family, his brother, Mr. Apparao, Murthy sir, they were in the hospital. Apparao sir, his brother, was the CFO of the hospital. And Dr. Lakshmi Narasimhan is a great sadhaka. Now, none of us can meet him. He lives in the staff quarters, but nobody sees him or can meet him. But these are really Swami's vibhutis. That's not easy.
one individual I get reminded of, or who I always look forward to, is Siddhartha Raju, and I got reminded of him when I saw his picture outside. Yes, so he taught me English during my undergrad, and the way he usually teaches, when he integrates all of his experiences in music, in dramatics, even in cricket, along with academic stuff. I mean, I can proudly say that he's actually the only teacher in whose classes I've never slept in those 7 years.
He was my classmate.
One last point I wanted to make. I know there's not much time. For so many generations of students, there are so many senior devotees, but there are devotees who are younger and teaching in Swami's University. They are all really those students who became teachers and now teaching, such as Sailesh Srivastav, is one of the great role models and devotees for so many generations of students, because they are generating so many more students in Swami's physical absence. They are such great people, I have to mention.
Great point. Great point. Okay, I want to take a little liberty with. I promise you it won't go more than. I want to ask a difficult question because it's becoming too light and too easy for them. So the question is, and you just have to say yes or no. Do you chant Brahmarpanam before every meal?
Is there a third option?
No? Yes or no?
No.
I do it in my mind, not openly. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, no, but I do the simpler version. When I was Balukas, just to add that, Hari Data, Hari Bhokta, there is a very small prayer. So maybe.
No.
80%.
I just say Brahmarpanam, that's it.
I got away with that
But Ravi,
one.
but if you see me eating food, you will not know that I am doing that. It's all internal.
I got away with that one. Nobody put me on the spot, but I'll be honest with you, I lost that habit and I'm trying to regain it. I think it's very important. Patra Shuddhi, Padarth Shuddhi is important for the thoughts that you have, but I have to get back.
I think it's easier to, if you have SSC kids, they'll teach you. Then make sure you do that.
And it's also easier to put others on the spot when you're the facilitator. Okay, so thank you all. I couldn't see anybody
Thank you.
sleeping. Oh, you had a good lunch. You're all awake. Thank you for your time. Hope you had some takeaways. But this takeaway is very important. Try to meet some of these great souls. They reflect on
Sairam.
Sairam.